for the stat pad, but yeah, this is unlike anything I've ever seen.
Unfold in front of my eyes, I cannot believe. I thought seeing Astralis take Counter-Strike to new heights with their preparation, with how drilled they were, with how they raised the bar for teamwork in Counter-Strike, that level was amazing. But this level right here, if this is a consistent Na'Vi level, oh my god, the world has to watch out.
It's the transformation as well. Coming into the tournament, we saw them in the very first game against FaZe Clan. It wasn't necessarily looking bad, but it wasn't looking like a team that could end up winning the entire tournament. The way Na'Vi has transformed themselves into being a world beater right here, winning IEM Katowice 2020 in such a fashion, it's really, really impressive.
Yes, that's right. The president of Katowice here on site to don these medallions on these players, these champions, these that have come so far and endured so much through the test of time up to this point. If you're a Na'Vi fan, if you've been in the Na'Vi camp, you're definitely holding your head high tonight.
Can you imagine how Perfecto must feel?
Absolutely not. I cannot even think.
What an absolutely unreal feeling for that youngster just joining this team, you know, being the fifth man, the new kid on the block, and then going on to play with some of the best Counter-Strike players in the world, and then lift a trophy at his first outing with them in terms of a big final like this.
In the Spodek!
I could not imagine just that feeling.
That's just unbelievable, isn't it?
Oh. It is unbelievable, and I can only imagine how he must feel right now. I can only imagine how the entirety of Na'Vi must feel right now.
Right now, right here, the place to be, Katowice 2020. Of course, now we need to look at the fine detail at the very bottom. We need to now look forward into what is the gameplay of these players that have really come out here in spades and shown up in buckets. And we're going to do that with some Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel Power plays. That's right, we're going to be tying that back in here. We're going to be understanding what it is, and at least what it is to earn your spot within those power plays, because there are some sure bangers on this one.
And it started out with something I feel we've seen before. We saw it yesterday. We saw Flamedogger go absolutely mental towards ramp on the map of Nuke. And you know what? He did it one more time today. A nice 4K just going off. Yesterday, it was with the Galil. Today, it's with the SG. Nonetheless, it's impressive. And he had another great final today. He was a vital member of Na'Vi, and he did good.
So, Chad, we're going to take a look at this next clip. Now, I'm sure this guy needs no introduction at this point. We've been tooting his horn all week. And now, you know, you come into the grand final, you're obviously putting Simple within the Mountain Dew Amp game.
Yeah, of course. And this is one from Dust 2, the actually closest map of the best of 3 series, in case you just joined us, ladies and gentlemen. This round here from Simple was on a bit of a force buy scenario. They won pistol, they lost the following. Simple gets that big deagle kill, picks up this SG, and then, well, decides he wants to use it jumping, I suppose. And, well, look, in the context of this match, it was a close one. That's a big round there for Simple to win with our second play.
Yes, and our third is going to feature a player from G2 by the name of Nexa. Surely you've heard of Nexa. Nexa went on to get himself a nice 1v3 here. Obviously a little bit in vain, but there was some bite, there was some fight here for G2 in some steps of the way.
Sure, he tried to fight back in the entirety of G2. They had a decent performance on Dust 2. That 1 versus 3, it gave them hope. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough.
No, it was certainly not. We have just one more nomination here for that Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel Power play. It's Flamey mopping him up in middle. Now, this was a round that took, a little less than 10 seconds, a little more than 10 seconds?
Love to see the explosive nature of a round like this, and Flamey has had so many highlights in this tournament. What has he been eating? Because I want some.
Yeah, I mean, when you're Astralis, I guess he's eating them because they're rushing ramp room, full gun round. Either way, I need you guys to head over to @IEM, get your votes in for that Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel Power play so we can review those results in just a little bit of time. Now, those power plays, they're all fine and dandy, and it looks amazing. But what else did we learn this week about Na'Vi?
We need to talk about Boomich, right? I've been questioning Boomich and how he can affect this lineup. You know, I wanted to follow your storyline. You said that you wanted Na'Vi to be the best team in the world, and I'm starting to buy into that now ever since I've seen Boomich perform at this level. Not only was he, to me, the best player in this final, you know, even better than Simple, he was so good at being assertive. He was so good at leading by example. He won 19 out of 22 opening duels in this final. I don't think I've ever seen stats like that from any in-game leader in the world. So yeah, I'm starting to buy into this whole Na'Vi train.
See, this is the thing with Na'Vi, right? Even when Guardian was announced on this roster, I was still hyped just to know that Blade was behind these individuals getting to call the shots. Now, that obviously didn't work out, and maybe for the better, because this new team that they have, Simple back on the AWP, they are looking absolutely insane. They are looking complete right now. And this is only with a couple of weeks of practice. The more that they get to add to their structure, the more they get to add to their strats. Because one thing lacking here was like set pieces from Navi, right? We saw a couple, but we didn't see anything game-breaking. Blade historically, back when he was the coach of Flipside, he was coming up with some absolute gnarly strats. So if he can start coming with some new stuff, throw that into the team, now we've got these individuals, the teamwork, the communication, the strategies. Whew.
And even more so than that, we've got Navi, who now have put a notch towards the Intel Grand Slam. That's just one of the icing, or one of the cherries on the icing of this cake. And on the other side of it, we're talking about the Pro Tour. How does this impact the Pro Tour, guys?
No, it definitely helps out Navi, right? They have more than likely secured a spot for Cologne as well, you know, getting a lot of points in towards that tournament. And they manifested themselves as a team you have to look out for when you're talking the Pro Tour, you're talking the Major. There's so many tournaments coming up where Navi is going to be a contender. Now, I have to bite my tongue just a tiny bit here, right? This is amazing. What we've seen from Navi the past 2 days has been absolutely amazing, but we need to see it on a consistent basis before we can start to call them the best team in the world. I'm impressed, you know, I'm buying into this whole project, but I want to see it on a consistent basis. And if they want to compete for the Intel Grand Slam as well, they got to do it on a consistent basis.
Yeah, well, this is damn sure a good place to start for Navi. These are the updated Pro Tour rankings. As you can see, Navi find themselves with quite a few points, Chad.
Yeah, and look, I think from this one right here, if I'm reading things rightly, they got 1,800 points. So to win the Masters Championship tournaments, you're going to get yourself a lot of points right there. So I think that should lock them in for Cologne. You know, I don't want to speak too soon, but I feel that definitely should be enough at this point. And that's the next the next big event we have, right? The next Masters Champion that we have coming on up this year. It should be in July, I believe, Trace.
It should be. Now, we're talking about